My brother John was many things. He was athletic, he was jovial, he was fun to be around, but most importantly, he was a great friend. And I think anyone here can attest to that fact. He would literally give you the shirt off of his back. And in some cases, he probably took the shirt off his back. If he had $10, he would give you $5. I remember when he won $20 in a bubblegum gum wrapper, he turned around and handed me 10. That was just the way he was. And that was not me. So it's hard for me to understand that. He made me a better person, and he made me a better friend. I choose to remember him the way he was before this horrible illness took some of the life from him. I choose to remember him being bright, lively, full of energy, smiling, athletic, doing backflips off the diving board at the local pool, practicing soccer in the backyard. John, I love you, brother, and I hope you're practicing your free kicks right now out there in heaven. And I hope to see you again one day. I love you.
Before I move in this time to the next item on our agenda, is there any others that would care to share?
Hi, my name is Dan Bucher, and Dan, thank you for coming up here, because I told myself that when Leanne lost her daughter, John and I, it was a rough time in both our lives, because as Scott talked about, we had another friend that we lost from suicide about a year before that. John's, the problems that John had, the addictions that John had, I shared in those same exact struggles. And I am here to tell you that God does restore that, and only by the grace of God that I'm standing before you today. And I needed to, because I know John would want me to, and I know the Bookers would want me to. That if there's anybody here struggling from addiction today, to please seek me out. By the grace of God, I have found recovery, and it is possible, but it is not anything of strength. I am far from strong, and I've had guilt when I found out about John's passing, because I shouldn't be standing here today. But I remember the last conversation that I had with John. It was November 23rd of 2016, John's birthday. And although I knew John was going through some struggles at that time, he was so good at it, so much better than me, at always turning the conversation on you and what's going on with you, how are you? And he gets that, and I learned this the day after John passed away, where he gets that from. He gets that from his father. Because the night that I talked to Scott, it was very briefly, Scott had just lost his son. However, he turned the conversation right back on me and asked me how I was doing. And Scott and Cindy, the example they have been to not only me, but so many, we have our family of origin and our family of choice. I'm blessed, just like the Bookers, to have great of both. and the extensive family of choice that the Buchers have and that I was fortunate enough to grow up around is just has been amazing. But I was thinking on the way here, something that I'm envious of John is Caleb, the adoration that John had for you was out of control. And Ben, the way that John looked up to you. I remember when we were, I don't know how old we would have been at the time, maybe 7th grade, or whenever you were starting on the varsity soccer team for the first time, and John could not stop talking about it, that his big brother was starting on the varsity soccer team. And Cindy, the love and adoration and the kindness that John had, you know, he learned that from you, because you are one of the sweetest women I've ever met in my life. And Scott, the type of gentleman that John was, and that all your boys are, the way that they treat women, the respect that they show to women, the respect that they show to everybody. You know, I believe they learned that from you. You know, I actually found this story out, I think, after, or, you know, in the past month. But my parents and John's parents and, you know, the Buchers have been friends for years, and something that I just have the utmost respect for is that Scott, if he ever goes over to my parents' house, and even though, you know, they've been friends for 20-some years, and I know my father would trust him with his life, if he ever goes over to my parents' house and my father is not done when my mom's there, he will not go inside the house, just out of respect. And that's the type of respect that John had for everybody. I was blessed, as we all were, to have John in our lives, and I only have good and positive and amazing memories of John Bucher. And thanks for letting me come up here.
Thank you. Thank you.